Hello everybody, this is Holger Mueller, still at the airport here in Orlando, finishing up on Sapphire 2017 with my quick takeaways. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Hope the audio microphone picks up over the announcements, otherwise we'll have good video and not good audio. Exactly the opposite what I had for my Leonardo explaining the show floor this morning, where the nice Leonardo display, impressive Leonardo display, took away so much bandwidth from this rotating display that you couldn't really see, or you couldn't really see me, but hear me really well. So quick, my takeaways from Sapphire 2017. Usual attendance with 30,000 attendees there. Great show up with the ecosystem. Everybody who makes a dollar or a dime in the SAP ecosystem definitely has been there. The good system implementation partners, the hardware partners, the cloud partners who are showing up. Right, one of the big takeaways will be is the partnership which was renewed already at Google Cloud Platform, but with Google, so SAP is really now saying we're going to use public cloud infrastructure, partner with originally first IBM, that's always 2.5 years ago, then partnering with Azure, which was announced last year at Sapphire, then partnering with AWS. First occasion was BW for HANA, and then 2 months ago, Google Cloud Platform, when Diane Green, Ben Boycott were together on stage at Google Cloud Platform, obviously Google. So what are the takeaways? First one, SAP lives up to empathy, which was Bill McDermott's key main topic last year at Sapphire. Talking to customers, partners, they think there's some noticeable difference of SAP more listening to customers. One thing Bill addressed right away in the keynote is the thorny topic of indirect access, which SAP has to a certain point been able to address with saying you always have static read access. Nobody's 100% sure what it means, but it means customers own their data. That's literally the words Bill said. And if you own your data, you should be able to read your data. But what static read access, we still don't know. The main thing which is there on the empathy side is trying to help customers figure out what SAP is doing. That's the transformation navigator. It's always funny to see when software companies are in trouble. What do? They write more software to help customers. In this case, we got a demo and detailed insight on the navigator. It's actually an interesting way as digital transformations happening also to software vendors, not only in the product, but also in the sales and go-to-market process, where a customer in self-study can see where they are from point A to point B and what SAP is in store right now and will have in store in the foreseeable future, which is a major step ahead to the efforts which were done on solution maps and other pieces before. The big announcement obviously was Leonardo, basically the collection of all the things that help to do digital transformation in a sophisticated or facetious way. I would say everything SAP has done since S4HANA. So every new capability that is there, the analytics capability, not clear what exactly the big data parts are there. So everything which was before on the business object side, new partnerships, so capabilities around blockchain, machine learning, and 2 or 3 more other key new technologies that are important for that. And Leonardo will be implemented in a design thinking workshop together with customers. So it does not mean just a new suite of technologies running on top of the SAP Cloud Platform, but also a new approach to go to market, a new way to license it, and a new way to implement new software. So transformative from a large perspective. Look at my separate video explaining SAP Leonardo. And then there's always the situation, you talk about something new to maybe, who knows, not get the attention of something else. And that something else is S4HANA, SAP's new product suite, which has not the customer adoption numbers that probably SAP customers and everybody expected and wanted to see. Look at my blog post from the SAP Capital Markets event from January. Numbers are very, very low, especially in the cloud-only platform. The more interesting that SAP Chairman Hasso Plattner focused his keynote on Wednesday all on the cloud, because that's where the capabilities are, potentially trying to get some lure or some interest from customers towards the cloud. But I'm trying not to shake this too much. Trying to move them towards that, but not definitively an overall clear value proposition. SAP did not share any new numbers in regards of S4HANA adoption. So that's the challenge for existing customers who are running Business Suite on HANA or in some ECC version. They need to know and didn't hear much about what's happening in adoption, what's happening in capabilities for that. But of course, the transformation navigator helps you with that too. Last but not least, the SAP Cloud Platform grows. It's officially now the platform where Leonardo runs on. Forgot the original naming of Leonardo, which is on the IoT side. So definitely a strengthening of the platform, which doesn't get dragged into the whole Leonardo part, which is very important because, as Hasso Plattner said in the Q&A, we just put boxes around the box, and who knows what's going to be in Leonardo as the box going forward all the time, which is fair enough to say from SAP perspective, because technologies change, new technologies emerge, rapidly evolving fields like machine learning and AI will look very different 12 months from now. Good. What's my overall point of view? A better Sapphire for SAP than 12 months ago, Sapphire 2016, where the keynotes were not 100% clear, clean. The announcements weren't clean. Many new things were announced, which were not really realistic, and SAP also has not necessarily delivered on. The empathy message definitely was delivered and has been executed on that part. Yes, on the product side, a little less. It's a bold vision with Leonardo. I like that implicitly, right? The news behind the news is that SAP is saying, look, we also don't know what the business best practices of the 21st century are. I asked that to Hasso Plattner if basically SAP has given up on them. He had a smart answer on that, saying, well, we have everything in S4HANA, which is the code from the old R3, fine-tuned, simplified, beautified, and all the other good things. But it's 20th century best practices. We know that is definitely not how enterprises will run in the 21st century, but enterprises don't know this either. And this is hard for customers and for software vendors to figure out what software as a service package to use for that. So this is why the experimentation is so important, which SAP allows with Leonardo. If it has to be design thinking all the time, who knows? But it's important for enterprise to have a platform and tools with which they can experiment and find ways to differentiate themselves, find ways to potentially disrupt their industry and not being disrupted. So kudos for SAP implicitly kind of like stating this and realizing it, and being the first, frankly, from the SaaS provider packaged application side to do that. Now, of course, it all needs to be realized. Lots of questions. When do these design workshops start? How many people are trained on them? And especially what's going to be the outcome, right? What if capabilities will not 100% be there and customers might go somewhere else? That's, of course, something SAP doesn't want to have happen. SAP customers might not want to happen. But a design workshop is an open journey if you just limit it to the solutionscape of a single customer. That's it for me. As usual, way too long, unfortunately. But with SAP, there's always many things to talk about. Thanks for watching. This is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. Follow me on Twitter at HolgerMU, that is HOLGRMU. I warn you, we'll get lots of tweets. My contribution to disrupting the analyst industry is that all my notes, unless under NDA, non-disclosure agreement, are on Twitter. This means often a lot of tweets, but you also hear firsthand from me when I'm attending an event, what's happening at an event, and don't dread it. You hear my point of view, my POV. Thanks for watching. This is Holger Mueller. Have a great day.